What's up? Thanks for stopping by. I would like to talk to you guys about a few things in Genshin I would like to see improved in the near future. Let's talk about it. Alright, one of the first things we need to talk about is the weapon banner. Now, the weapon banner is what I like to call the whale's trap. There is no guarantee that you will get what you want at all. You can get, the best you'll ever get on the banner is a 50-50 shot. So you can go $2,000 deep and still not get the weapon you actually want. The average player will never want to spend on this banner the way it is implemented. It is just absurd that you need to spend that much money in order to get a copy of a weapon you would like. Case in point, on the last banner, I was shooting for an R5 Homa because my Zhongli was desperately wanting it. However, I ended up getting a Refined 5 Wolf's Gravestone. And when I did, I had to stop. I was too afraid to get another Wolf's Gravestone that I likely would never use, that I had to stop. Now, some people might think Wolf's Gravestone, incredible. Why not have, in the works for another team? You end up having too many DPS weapons, too many 5-star weapons when you are intensely spending on these banners. You will only ever really need one R5, and you don't need an R5 weapon, period. The R5 is just, when you get to it, it's a cool perk to have, and on some weapons like Gravestone, it is incredible for multiplayer environments, and it is incredible in solo, and it actually brings fun to the table. Now, I will give Mihoyo credit. The weapons on this banner are the two most fun weapons I have ever played with. Homa and Gravestone are easily the only two weapons that I genuinely enjoy to play with, because they actually do things that are crazy and can bring just a smile to your face. In my case, I ended up getting 3 Wolf's Gravestones, 3 Homas, and 2 off banners. So in my scenario, it worked, like RNG wise. Like, my odds seem like Mihoyo didn't tamper with anything. The odds seem 100% correct. But in other cases, I've seen other YouTubers talk about this, and they've spent absurd amounts of money to get one. If you were a player and you watch this, it's not going to make you want to spend any money. So what I think they should do at the very, very least is that if you have, say, gotten 5 copies of a weapon, you can opt out on that banner of getting that one for at least the next one. Like, at least guarantee that the next one will be the weapon they seek. That's the least they can do without super breaking their money sink that is the weapons banner. Now, the second thing I would like to talk about are the boss drops and the RNG behind them, because I have seen players playing since the beginning of the game somehow not get the boss drop that they need. Now, that is a freak case scenario, but it doesn't change the fact that it's happening. There's players getting discouraged because they can't get one plume for their Dilute. They can't get one claw for their Razor. They just spent all their Shadow of the Warriors on Ganyu, and now they can't get a single one for Zhao. They need to guarantee at least one of the boss material you need each week. It would not destroy Mihoyo's profit margins. This is an activity they only allow you to do once a week anyway. So why not? Why not you're releasing characters faster than most players can keep up. And when you're thinking about the light spenders, they can't use everything you give them anyway. So why not just give them one so that they know for certain that they're getting progress, and then make the others RNG. So maybe you walk out with 2, but you only expected 1. At least you knew you got 1. Now, the other issue is the prototypes. The prototypes drop at an alarmingly low rate. I have seen maybe 4 or 5 in total since the start of my Genshin playthrough, from bosses specifically, not from the tree in the Frost Dragon Spine. The tree and Dragon Spine. That one gave you a Northlander prototype, and then I think Abyss gave you a Northlander prototype for the spear. But outside of the ones they give you, I have not seen many. And those weapons are, what the free-to-play player is using. I don't understand, because most of those weapons do not apply to any light spender. They do not apply to your whales. So why are you being so stingy with it? And then there's new free-to-play weapons coming out that require these, and the players still are not getting what they want. At the very least, what I should say they should do is that if the last 3 times you've done your bosses, you are guaranteed 1 prototype the next week. So you're guaranteed at least 1 every month. That way, the free-to-play player knows that they're going to get 1 at some point and make some progress on their weapons, and not feel like the weapons are just unobtainable. They're not that good of weapons, besides Crescent Pike. I think there's also the Great Sword prototype. That one's a pretty good one. It wouldn't destroy Mihoyo. They're releasing better weapons in the weapon banner that anyone who is attempting to pull on has that are better. So come on, Mihoyo, give these players some prototypes so that they can use these weapons. Also, I would like to add a side note. Bosses are already limited. There is no need that they should cost resin. Absolutely no need for resin to be spent on bosses. Mihoyo, please take away the resin cost on bosses. That is valuable resources that we're throwing away every week. We lose 180 resin. That's a whole day worth of resin. 2 bosses. And that's less time we can play the game. It's not going to change the world, but it'll at least have us look forward to getting more progress every week. At least consider that. More bosses are coming, so it needs to be done. Okay, we also need to talk about the end game. The end game is non-existent. All we got is Abyss. And you can do that like once every 2 weeks. And it feels like a chore now. It is not fun. My thoughts on how they could improve the end game would be to focus more on some resin-free multiplayer style activities, like an Infinite Abyss. Now, what I would do throughout the Infinite Abyss is have these modifiers that come in and stuff and change the fights, but also sprinkle in some bosses like the Cryo Regispine from Dragon Spine that require some actual teamwork and effort. I think that would be really interesting and could bring some fun for the players who have already done everything throughout the week and are looking for a fun activity to engage with their friends who are still playing this game, because right now most of the activities in this game do not need a friend. So it'd be nice to have something that encourages co-op. For the rewards, Mihoyo would have to figure this out, because it needs to give something. At least, give some green books and some Mora for getting further and further into it. And then maybe have a reset so that every like week. It's like, okay, you made it this far, and here's your rewards for getting this far, and then you just say try again, try this week, and then you can put new modifiers on top of it, and you can also have the card system that's in the regular Abyss, so that the players are constantly picking up stuff, but maybe make them less, attack bonusy or something. Maybe make them like interesting. Maybe just make them for the round, or the next 3 waves. You get this bonus, and the bonus is like sprinting no longer costs stamina, or you get an extra charge on your E skill if you are using this character or something. Also, I would like for them to make a mode where you can only use the 4 stars. So there is mode where you can use anyone you like, and then there's a mode that's a little bit more challenging that only lets you use your 4-star characters. I think that would be nice because it could breathe some life into those 4 stars that a lot of the players who've spent a lot of money like I have, there was characters I enjoyed, and now they're just benched because there's nowhere to use them. I have no reason to ever touch that character again. So it'd be cool to see a mode that only lets you use the 4 stars. So then you have another reason to invest in them. But honestly, maybe you need like a survival mode, and then when a character dies, you can replace them with someone else if you make it through the wave. The last major thing I think needs fixed right now is the electro element. Both the resonance and the element itself need some love. I have noticed that most of the reactions for electro do not help the element itself. Outside of, I'm pretty sure, electrocharged, because that at least spreads the damage. So it becomes like an AoE kind of like damage spread. That's nice, but it needs an amplifying reaction, just like cryo and pyro have. A vaporize, a melt. You might think overloaded is pretty decent, but honestly, the main reason it exists is to destroy geoshields. And you can just bring a Claymore character in your party, and then you don't even have to worry about overload. And you can bring other elemental reactions, so it's not needed. And then also, if you bring the Claymore character, you get Shatter if you're going for the Superconduct. And Superconduct is another one I would like to mention, because I feel because Electro has Superconduct, they think it's all good, but that only helps physical damage. It doesn't help the element itself. So your characters like Lisa and future Catalyst electric users don't really have a reaction to amp the damage up. They can only buff another character's damage. So what I would do is give electric a vaporize or melt like reaction. And then also for the resonance, it's nice having that increased energy gain. But what they really need is maybe something a little more flavorful, like some attack speed. That would be nice. Put some two electric characters and you get attack speed. Now that is interesting. Now Genshin has a lot to look forward to in the future, but we're going to be going through some growing pains for a while. Patch 1.4 through 1.6 will likely not bring anything too major. If the rumors are correct, 1.6 might bring a housing system. And that would be pretty cool, but we gotta see what they do with it in order to see if it's worth our time. Obviously, though, I would love to see Diluc just chilling in my house, miserable that he's there, just contemplating why he's wasting his time just chilling in my home. Also, Mihoyo, you need to find more things for the dedicated players to do besides picking flowers and mining rocks. Spending $200 to $400 to get a new toy you do chores on most days starts to lose its appeal quickly. They need to put more thought and effort into co-op resin-free activities to breathe some life into the game. I got a lot of ideas I would like to come to the game. I will likely talk about them soon, like raids and how they could be implemented. But thanks for watching this video, and if you made it this far, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you would like to see changed below, what you would like to see come to the game, and I'm going to be trying to pump out more content, and who knows, maybe you'll see me streaming soon. I have finally got the desk set up, so it is possible. It is possible. Anyway, thanks. I'll see you next time. Bye.